Hello again, everyone. This is Rudolph Wilkins with Forgotten Fitness, and today I will be bringing to you another unique old school exercise variation. This one is attributed to the legendary Golden Era bodybuilder Steve Davis and is known as the low incline press to neck. This exercise is an interesting twist on Vince Gironda's supine neck press, which was one of his staples that he would recommend to any client who needed help in developing a nice upper pec shelf. I felt that this exercise would be perfect to discuss today, since my video on the neck press just eclipsed 10,000 views, and my channel as a whole over 100,000 total views as of this week. This is honestly a staggering amount of views, and I never thought this would be possible or for me to be able to achieve. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for supporting this page throughout these 11 months or so. It has been an absolute blast making these videos for all of you. As for the exercise at hand, it of course does share a number of similarities with the neck press, but it is also unique in a number of ways as well. I will begin the following video by explaining to you how to build an aesthetic chest, which is something that Steve Davis goes over in his book. After this, I will describe this exercise in detail before demonstrating it for all of you today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this movement, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And with all that out of the way, I hope you all enjoy this video. I'm sure all of you old school guys know this already, but Steve Davis was known for his incredible aesthetics. He was never the biggest guy on stage, but he had razor sharp conditioning and a very aesthetic physique, which often helped him win shows. In his book, he goes over how to build an aesthetic chest, which is something I want to cover with all of you today. He describes how far too often bodybuilders focus too much time and effort on heavy, flat pressing. As Mr. Davis describes, this is likely to create a sagging pec line, which is very unaesthetic. To avoid this, he says that you should press the bar at maximum 2/3 of the way to the top and use only moderately heavy weight. At the same time, make sure you contract your pecs strongly on the eccentric portion of each rep, and that is the portion going down to your chest. Also, make sure that you do not throw your upper body out of proportion by working your chest too much. Do not let your chest size detract from your shoulder width and V-taper. Think Steve Reeves versus Arnold, and he is going for the Steve Reeves look. Mr. Davis also recommended using an exercise like the Dumbbell Pullover to help expand the rib cage to create a fuller look from the front. Steve Davis's low incline press to neck can be found on page 21 of Achieving Total Muscularity. And for those of you interested in this book, I will leave a link in the description below where you can purchase it. To create a proper balance between the upper and lower pecs, set your incline bench to an angle of between 30 and 40 degrees. Once seated on the bench, begin by gripping a racked barbell with a false grip, so that is a thumb over grip. Make sure that this grip keeps the forearms parallel with one another as well. From here, unrack the bar and begin to slowly lower it down to your neck. At the same time, keep your elbows flared and pulled back towards your ears as much as possible. This shows striking similarity to Vince Gironda's supine neck press. Once the eccentric portion is completed, begin to press the bar back 2/3 of the way to the top before starting the next rep. Make sure to inhale on the eccentric portion and exhale on the concentric portion of each the lift. This will help expand the chest. You want to perform 6 sets of 12 reps and add weight every set, and rest no longer than 45 seconds per set. On to the demonstration. And this is Steve Davis's low incline press to neck. As you can see, it is strikingly similar to Vince Gironda's neck press, although I'm actually on an incline bench here at between 30 to 40 degrees. I believe my angle is at 40 degrees. So it's a relatively flat incline. Certainly not like anything you would see at the gym. Pay attention to my hands. I have a false grip, so my thumb is over the bar. This was something that Vince Gironda was a fan of as well. It keeps the forearms from having to grip the bar, and you can focus a little better on the pecs, and I do believe that's certainly true. Also, my elbows are pulled back and actually beyond my shoulders. Now, I always mention this, but if you do have shoulder issues, you might want to avoid this lift, but I personally do have residual shoulder issues, and I've never had any problem with any kind of neck press or anything like this, but your mileage may vary. I've also ensured that my forearms stay relatively parallel with one another, so I have kind of this wide grip on this 5-foot barbell. It's an old York bar, so it's fairly short, but it's perfect for me. I can get that perfect range so that my arms are relatively parallel. I am touching the base of my neck, where my neck actually meets my clavicle, right in that little gap there, and I'm taking a second pause and then pressing back up. I am making sure on the down portion of the lift as well to contract my pecs strongly, as Mr. Davis describes this as being most important, and I'm not pressing the bar all the way to the top. I am stopping at about 2/3 the way to lockout, which again keeps constant tension on the pecs at all times. So I really enjoyed this lift, and in fact I've been doing it exclusively for my chest and replaced the standard supine neck press that Vince Gironda recommends with Steve Davis's variation here, and I have found there is very good carryover and that it's just a very enjoyable thing to do. You really feel the cramping in the pecs extremely fast. Now, of course, this is demonstration weight, but when I go up to heavier weight, I can feel it immensely, and it is incredible. So I would highly recommend all of you give this exercise a try. But if you have any questions about it, do leave them in the comment section below. Also leave any future video ideas as well. But until next time, this is Forgotten Fitness signing out. Bye-bye.